J.J.
Yes.
Watt announcing his retirement after this season. And I
Mm-hmm.
go back to the interview we had with John McClain of the Houston
Mm-hmm.
Chronicle. I listened to it back. We talked to him in February of 2021 because J.J.
Mm-hmm.
Watt at the time was on the free agent market. And he said if you made a Mount Rushmore of Houston athletes, it would be J.J. Watt,
Yeah.
Earl Campbell, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Nolan Ryan. 4
Yeah.
all-time greats in their respective
Yeah.
sports. And
Yeah.
I'll say this too, J.J. Watt, first ballot Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and the
Yeah.
greatest Houston Texans to ever play for that franchise. That's where I'm at when I heard this news. He'll retire at the conclusion of this season.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to see J.J. Watt up close in person. J.J. Watt just totally different. That's when J.J. Watt was going crazy. And that's when he was catching interceptions at the line of scrimmage and taking them to the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the J.J. Watt I remember. That's the J.J. Watt I remember just getting 20, 20, and 20. And what you mean by that? I get 20 sacks this year. I get 20 sacks the following year. That's the J.J. Watt I know. That's the J.J. Watt like, hey, sitting in team meetings and coach like on the offensive side, y'all already know who we got to stop. Who? J.J. Watt, and you can't stop him. That's the J.J. Watt I know. So yeah, J.J. Watt for sure. Talking about first. If you want to go between him and Tom Brady, if you want to go zero ballot, if you want to say they need to already be in there right now, tomorrow, when they retire, if they retire on Thursday, they need to be on there on Friday. Might as well make something happen. That's the J.J. Watt I know. So J.J. Watt was just totally different. Totally different. Totally different. He was a totally different species, man. When that dude to be that big and that athletic, to have the awareness. And that's what I think people don't understand is it's much more of the awareness. To be able to pick off screens and passes at the line of scrimmage, your IQ got to be super high. And his IQ been high for a long time. I guess his body was breaking down. I know he just had a kid, so you know how that gets. Man, he won't spend time. He done did everything he can do. This is going on 12 total years for J.J. Watt. So the man and did everything. Defensive player of the year. I remember Houston had the big hurricane. He wound up rallying millions and millions and millions of dollars for the community and the city. Like what he didn't do. So that's how I look at J.J. Watt from on to off the field, to seeing how much money he generated with the hurricane in Houston. That was major. That was major for us as players. Made everybody step their game up. And the city of Houston just embraced him like one of their own, just like how we embraced Franco. That's exactly how Houston embraced JJ. Like when you say Houston, you say JJ with it, JJ Houston. So that's exactly what it is. But first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, man.
Ike, I'm glad you mentioned that because before I get to his 2014 season, where I look at his numbers and they're like a video game, let's go to 2017, Hurricane Harvey, and what J.J. Watt was able to do for relief for that area is the reason he won Walter Payton Man of the Year that year. So thank you for mentioning that, Hurricane Harvey in 2017. And he was just such an important ambassador of the city. Because I remember even when I was in Florida at the station, we were doing stories about J.J. Watt and his humanitarian efforts to help people in need. It was J.J. Watt and like Mattress Mac were the two that were raising millions.
Yeah. Mattress Mac. Hey, don't forget, Mattress Mac was going. He was cutting up too, cutting up in a good way, like that. Man, that city with J.J. like, you know what, you 100% right. What J.J. Watt and Mattress Mac did together, get a movie on it. Put a movie on it. Because if for people who didn't see it or don't remember, put a movie on that thing. Because JJ did his thing. JJ, what I mean, did his thing. Like, he blessed a lot of people, man. He blessed. Go on, put a movie on that, man. Put a movie on that. 2000. In a time of crisis, J.J. Watt became a blessing to the city of Houston. Put a movie. He put football to the side. He was like, F football. Man, I got right now. My role is to take care of these people in Houston.
Like, let me go through the 2014 stats, and I'm going to give you my half-baked theory about J.J. Watt. 2014 leads the league in sacks, 20.5. Leads the league in tackles for loss, 29. 51 quarterback hits. He had an 80-yard interception return touchdown, a 45 yard fumble return touchdown, a safety, 3 receiving touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive player of the year, and second in MVP voting. Like, if there was ever going to be a defensive MVP, not just defensive player of the year, but a defensive MVP, to me, that was the year. Because I read that stat line, and it's like, those are Madden numbers. That's something you would put up in a video game. That was one season of J.J. Watt's excellence. Now, let me give you my half-baked theory. He retires for a year. Steelers have his brothers, T.J. Watt, Derek Watt. Alex Highsmith will be in the final year of his contract in the 2023 season. He sits out for a year. Oh, the Steelers need an edge rusher. Hey, we got your 2 brothers. How about pairing the 2? It's my half-baked theory. I don't think it'll happen. I'm putting it out there, though. It's a half-baked idea. I don't actually Bleav this, Ike.
No, Mark, what you saying makes sense if you think about it. That'd be the first 3 for Pittsburgh, 3 brothers on one team. So you got 2 defensive players of the year on one team. I ain't never seen that before. 1. 2, it's not a far fetch because you said some stuff earlier, and I thought, man, that dude just be talking to wind up coming true. So I ain't even putting nothing past you. When you get to talking like that, you be manifesting stuff. But I saw how he looked at his baby. That's how I knew it was over. When he looked at his newborn, I said, yeah, he good. He all the way good. Mentally, he's free. That's what I said in my head. So if I didn't see that mark, then maybe I'd be thinking something different. But the way he looked at his newborn, ain't no coming back.
I hear you, Ike. I hear you, Ike. But when this comes to fruition a year from now, timestamp this right now, December the 28th, 2022. I'm getting ahead of the headlines when, the Steelers need an edge rusher. They don't know what to do with Alex Highsmith. We don't know if they should do the franchise tag contract negotiations. Oh, who's out there? J.J. Watt. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Let that man. I'm gonna say you said it. I'm gonna say you said it first before anybody even thought about it.